My name is Daniel, and this is a true story. It happened back in the winter of 2019 in northern Washington state. I was living alone at the time, and I always thought my area was safe. You know, it wasn't the kind of place where you felt you had to lock your doors every single night. But after what happened, I now double-check every lock, every window, every single night. I lived near a dense forest, on a quiet road where the houses were spread pretty far apart. During winter, the snow would absorb all the sound, and the nights became so quiet you could literally hear your own breath. One night, round 1:40 a.m., I woke up to something strange. It wasn't a noise, but a feeling, that chilling sensation that someone was watching me. At first, I just brushed it off as paranoia. I'd been working late, I was tired. But then I heard it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The sound of footsteps on snow. Slow. Heavy. I froze. I live alone. And nobody, absolutely nobody, walks behind my house in the middle of the night. I slid out of bed and crept over to the window, pulling the blinds apart just enough to see. Under the soft glow of the moonlight, I saw him. A man, standing right at the tree line behind my yard. He wasn't moving, not walking. Just standing there, facing my house. His clothes were dark, his posture was stiff, and he didn't seem to care that the temperature was well below freezing. I blinked hard, thinking maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me in the dark. But when I opened them, he was still there, staring. I reached for my phone, and the second I did, he turned his head, almost like he'd heard the tiny movement from inside. I yanked myself away from the window immediately. My heart was pounding. When I dared to look again, maybe 5 seconds later, he was gone. There were no footsteps walking away, no sound at all. He just vanished. I barely slept that night. The next night, I tried to tell myself to forget about it. Maybe it was a hunter, or someone who got lost in the woods. I tried to rationalize it. But at round 13 a.m., I woke up again. This time, it was a tapping sound. Not a knock on the door. Tapping on glass. My bedroom window. I didn't move. I didn't even breathe. I just waited, listening. Tap, tap, then a pause, tap. 3 gentle taps, like someone was using just their fingernail. I forced myself to get up and check the window. My whole body was trembling. When I looked, there was nobody there. But as I got closer, I noticed something on the glass. A fingerprint. It was clear. It was fresh, and it was long, way too long to be mine. My heart just dropped into my stomach. That was it. I ran round the house checking all the locks, shutting every single curtain tight, and I ended up sleeping on the couch with all the lights on. This third night, this is the reason I moved. It was snowing heavily. I remember because the sound was almost peaceful, just soft flakes hitting the window pane. But round 3:04 a.m., I woke up to something far worse than footsteps, far worse than tapping. It was whispering, right outside my bedroom window. At first, I thought it was just the wind pushing snow against the house. But then I heard it clearly. A voice said, "I know you're awake." My blood went ice cold. I didn't move an inch. Then the voice came again. "I saw you watching me." With shaking hands, I grabbed my phone and dialed 911. While I was whispering to the operator, I slowly walked into the living room to peek out the front window, hoping for a different angle. And that's when I saw him. The man was standing directly under my bedroom window. He was positioned just out of the security camera's light, his face hidden under a dark hood, his breath making clouds in the freezing air. He then tilted his head up slowly right toward the bedroom window I had just left. He hadn't seen me move to the living room. Then, he turned his entire body and faced the front of my house. It was like he knew. He knew I was watching him from somewhere else. The 911 operator stayed on the line with me until the police arrived. But by the time they got there, he was gone again. Only this time, he left something behind. The police found footprints circling my entire house. Not just once or twice. 7 times. It was like he'd been walking round it for hours. And they also found something half buried in the snow, right under my bedroom window. It was a Polaroid photo. It was a photo of me, taken while I was sleeping. The police said the angle matched my bedroom window perfectly. Which meant that man had been watching me through my window long before I ever even noticed him. I moved out 3 days later. The police never found him. They told me they suspected he might have been living in the woods behind the house. They found signs of a temporary camp, some empty food cans, and dozens of footprints leading deeper and deeper into the forest. The police returned the Polaroid to me. I still have it. Sometimes I take it out and look at it. It's blurry, but you can clearly see me sleeping. And if you look very, very closely, in the reflection of the window behind me, you can see part of his face. Just enough to know he was smiling. So if you ever get that feeling that someone is watching you at night, don't ignore it. Some people don't just watch, they wait. Thanks for listening. Stay safe. And don't forget to lock your doors.